Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is the Not So Serious Keto video podcast. I've got a pretty good list of potential topics for today. I'm not sure what to cover first, though, because there are a couple that might be a little bit inflammatory and or provocative. I think provocative is the better word. The thing is, every time I sort of debate, should I include a specific topic that feels like it might rub people the wrong way, 95% of the time, it seems like it's a topic people really enjoy and they're glad that I was the one that brought it up. So we'll see if I keep that streak alive today. But first I want to start by talking about my grandson Colton. Totally not a keto story. But Colton now is, I would say, almost 100% potty trained. Sitting down, standing up, the whole nine. The thing is, I think he likes to get the hat trick, meaning use all three bathrooms in our house on any given day. So we've got a bathroom down here in the man cave. We've got a bathroom that's always been the kids' bathroom, and then there's the master bathroom. And we had finished dinner the other night. My mother-in-law was over, Colton was over, and I tend to be the first one done eating because I don't talk during meals a whole lot. I'm there, I eat, I'm done. The ladies are, chatting it up. So I got done and I thought, I'm just gonna head to the bathroom myself and have a seat. And I'm in there, and then I hear Colton say, I gotta pee. So he always announces it, which is good, I guess, because then we can, quick scurry him to a bathroom no matter where we are. And I thought he would go to his own bathroom, but instead he decided he wanted to come into my bathroom where I am currently seated. And I said, well, Colton, just use your bathroom. I'm here. And he said, that's okay, I'll wait. And I had to explain to him, sometimes Grandpa isn't actually in the bathroom to go to the bathroom so much as he is just to get away from everybody and play Toon Blast on his iPhone. But, so yeah, I had to hurry up and wrap up that session of Toon Blast and then let him have the bathroom. Incidentally, if anyone out there enjoys Toon Blast, I could use a few more members in my tribe. We haven't been really doing great on the weekly challenges, so if you're committed to Toon Blast, just let me know down in the comments, and then I can tell you the name of the clan, and you can get an invite. But that's probably almost none of you. I think a lot of the rest of this podcast is going to be kind of related to comments that I get in the videos. And I haven't talked about comments a whole lot lately. I know some people think that whenever I'm talking about comments, I'm being a whiner or a complainer or something like that. I just suck it up and keep it all buried down inside in a dark little ball. But contents are a pretty significant part of being a content creator on any sort of social media platform, if you want it to be a community, if you want it to be a give and take sort of thing. I could be like some of these channels and just not even look at my comments, or hire somebody just to go through and heart some and delete others. But no, I get out and I read every single comment, which means I get exposed to the good and I get exposed to the bad in terms of what people have to offer out there. And I try and stay really on top of it in terms of protecting you from certain behaviors as well. So when I see comments where people are being abusive or attacking of other viewers, I really try and hop on that, even if it's something I agree with. So say somebody says something I don't really agree with and somebody attacks them like way too hard. Just the attack itself is what bothers me. Even if I agree with the attacker's position, don't do that. This should be a comfortable environment. We can have spirited discussions, but let's not make things personal. The other thing that I've seen, and this has been a hard one to stay on top of, I've seen it both on my Facebook group and also in the comment section on my videos, and that is people, I'm suspecting it's like one person, just based on the technique, but hitting on the female viewers or commenters on my channel. I forget the guy's name. It's like Trevor or something like that. But the comment is always the same. It's always to women. And it's like, how are you doing? I hope you survived the pandemic all right. What's up? It's always something about the pandemic, and it's friendly-ish, but a little bit creepy. and just repeats this. It's a cut and paste to female members just over and over and over again. And I'll get out and I'll delete it. I'll ban the account, and then this person will go and recreate a new account and continue to do it. So it's been tough for me to stay on top of that. But just, I want you to know, you don't ever need to let me know, like if somebody's doing this. You don't need to use the contact form on my website. People do this way too often. They use my contact form. It's for business. It's not for like random stuff or questions about recipes. That's what the comments here are for. But be aware, I am on top of my comments throughout the day. And when I see behavior like that, I get on top of it right away. Same thing when we had the imposter or imposters claiming to be me on any sort of giveaway. And I'm probably due for another giveaway pretty soon, but total side note. I guess what I'm trying to say, here's the too long, don't read version. I'm on top of the comments. I do my best. I try and keep them clean and free of clutter and all of that jazz. So if you ever do get hit on or feel that someone is making you feel threatened or stalked or something like that in the comments, there should be, next to anybody's comment, you've got like a thumbs up, thumbs down. Then I think there's like a report button. It could be a circle with a slash through it, or it could be 3 dots and you hit that. I think it depends on the platform you're on, but I believe on almost every platform you have the ability to also report content, harassing content, etc. And you can do that. So please feel free to do that. Another thing that I see a lot of in the comments, enough so that I had done a pragmatic keto video of that. I'll link to that up here and maybe in the end card as well. But it was on keto prices. You are going to pay a premium price whenever you have anybody assemble food for you. If you go to a restaurant, any of the food that they're making for you is triple the price of what it would cost for you to make yourself. If you go to a restaurant and buy a bottle of wine, which I don't do anymore, but you'll notice the price of a bottle of wine is triple what it would be if you bought it at a liquor store. There is a markup for service. They got to pay rent. They got to pay staff. There's a lot of different costs involved in running a business, and they're not just going to absorb it and take a loss. They're going to pass it on to you and to me. We don't go into a restaurant and look at the menu and see something and say, oh my gosh, this is highway robbery. How can you justify these prices? We just don't order that food. It's that simple. There's no upside in complaining about it. Just accept the fact that you're paying a premium for someone else to make food for you. And that premium increases when it's keto food. Keto ingredients cost more. A bag of almond flour costs about 10 times what the cost is for a bag of all-purpose flour. A bag of allulose, or imagine if they were using bocha sweet, probably 10 times what the cost is for a bag of just granulated white sugar. So there is costs. And what bothers me is not that people state that there's a cost. I think there's a difference between stating something and complaining about it. Someone could, if I put out the video, for example, the carrot cake cookies from Chipmunk Baking. And this is a small operation. This is 2 young guys. One is a diabetic who decided he wanted to bake sweets for fellow diabetics. And they're a startup, and they're great guys. They have a great story. If you didn't watch the interview that I did with them, I encourage you to do that. And that's one of the big reasons why I continue to support them, and I do as many review videos for them as I do. It's not because I'm an affiliate marketing partner making mad money off of them, because I'm not. I'm an affiliate marketing partner with them, but I'm doing it because, and I'm not making mad money either, but I'm doing it because I believe in what they're doing. I believe they're good people. They're a small business, and I want to support them. And I'm going to come back to that in a second, because there's another person that I think you may be aware of out on YouTube that is starting her own bakery. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my inside knowledge on that. But let me get back. There's a difference between just saying, oh wow, that's too rich for my blood. I'll stick to making my own. That's a comment. But saying, who do these people think they are, trying to rape us on price? Now, that's just not really called for. So I hope that we can all be a little bit more civil and a little bit more understanding on price. And the reason I bring this up is twofold. One, I am going to be doing another small batch release video for Chipmunk on, I think, Sunday, September 25th. So just be aware, that's coming. And so get ready to complain if you're one of those people. But also, Alicia from Keto Upgrade has started her bakery. When I did an interview with her, and I can link to that as well up there, she talked about how she wanted to start a bakery. Well, it has started. So a little round of applause for Alicia. Congratulations. I love it when someone has a chance to follow their dream. I haven't tried out the bread or rolls or buns or anything like that she sent me yet. That's probably going to happen this weekend. But the prices, first off, I mean, the prices on bread, keto bread, are high, especially if you've got a bakery making it. But even if you're just buying commercial keto bread with potentially questionable ingredients, you're paying a good price. In terms of like not keto bread, I was walking by the frozen section in my grocery store and I saw the Ezekiel bread. All right, tiny little loaf, things like $8. The loaf I got from Alicia, I mean, it's sizable. It's some big bread. And I think she's saying it's going to be $12 a loaf. And people may go, oh my gosh, $12 a loaf. That's so expensive. But yeah, it's costly to run a business. And people don't get into business to take a loss on every product that they sell. Furthermore, the shipping. Let me see, I think I snapped some pictures of it. Let me just show you what the shipping is on a single loaf of bread. This is one loaf of bread. This was a small box. It held one loaf of bread. It cost Alicia $10.70 to send that to me. Oh, here's a picture of the bread. You can see it's a decent sized loaf in there. Then she also sent me another box. This had some hamburger buns. I'm gonna scooch over just a smidge here. Some hamburger buns, some sliced bread, and looks like some Parmesan and herb breadsticks or something. Can't tell. $21.45 to ship that. It's my hope that as some of these smaller companies, hopefully, I hope they have the opportunity to grow. I hope they can continue to follow their dream and see their dream realized and grow their business and then start to achieve certain economies of scale in terms of pricing and shipping. But for most of the companies that I deal with and do reviews on, that's not the case. This is a couple of people running a business. Many times it's a family thing. You got one spouse making the food, you got one spouse maybe packaging, maybe the kids are involved. This is not like a huge money-making deal for them. And that's why I support them, and that's why I tend to take a little bit of an issue when people get all bent out of shape over price and feel the necessity to comment on it. Like I said, if you don't like the price, don't buy it. It's really that simple. And if you want to support a small business and you like their products, then do buy it. That's it. For the final segment of this podcast, I want to talk about some of the upcoming things that are going to happen in the channel and upcoming things just sort of personally in my life, and they kind of tie together. So, first off, with the channel and glucose testing, this has really been a double-edged sword on my channel. I think there are people that really like seeing the glucose testing in videos, especially when I'm trying out keto products. And I try and make it very clear this is just one person's metrics. My data and your data may be completely different just based on how our bodies react. But nevertheless, people want to see it. Now, if I try out a keto product and there's no response, I'm not going to put it in the video. If there is a response, if there is a glucose response, because I wear a continuous glucose monitor, so I know what affects me all day, 24 hours a day, I will let you know. I'm not going to keep that a secret. I will put it up on screen, or worst case, if I'm in a hurry and I'm really trying to get this video out fast, I'll put it in the pinned comment. So just be aware that I'm always testing, and that if there is something, I'll always let you know. What I would request is that if you're one of these people that's got sort of an entitlement attitude, and it's like, gimme, more. Why don't you test this? You need to do this. Why didn't you do that? I would love it if you could dial that back a bit, because that gets tiresome and it makes me not want to do this anymore. I put a lot of effort into these glucose testing videos, and it's not just the potential abuse that my body is feeling, whether that's, the weight gain or inflammation, whatever. But it really messes up my overall schedule, because I want to make sure that I'm fasted when I do any of these tests. I want to make sure that my blood glucose has been steady, which means I'm not doing any exercise before or after. I'm not eating, like I said, because I'm fasted before. I'm not doing anything basically for 2 hours after eating this food. It really I need to sculpt my entire day schedule around filming a particular glucose testing video. And when it becomes something more extensive, like the tortillas or bread, it's not an easy video to do. But I do it because I think the information is important. There are a lot of YouTube experts out there that say, oh, try this hack, try that hack, do this, freeze that, toast this, dunk your bread in apple cider vinegar before you eat it. All of these different things. And I can't test them all. I'll test what I can test, and I'll share them with you. But like I said, it's become a bit of a double-edged sword for me. It's helpful to a lot of you, and it definitely drives a lot of new viewers to the channel, which is good, because I would love to get them in here and then maybe watching some cooking videos or something like that. But I will probably continue to do these through the end of the year. There's a few more things that I want to test. And it's not because I've been getting demands, oh, you got to test this, you got to test that. It's because I feel I haven't yet fully covered a couple of things, and I want to. And one of them is going to be pasta. I am going to do the pasta test for resistant starch probably next month. There was an episode on a TV show, or an episode on the BBC of a TV show called Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, where this was, I don't know how many years ago, and it was probably one of the first on television examples of supposed resistant starch, and the make pasta, then cool pasta, then reheat pasta, and suddenly you have a smaller glucose response. That's one of the things I have not yet tested, and I need to do that just for my own edification. So there will continue to be a few more of these tests, but honestly, every one that I do, I get a little bit more fatigued on doing them. So there will be some of those. Now, the reason I bring that up is the order in which I'm going to film a lot of stuff over the next month to 6 weeks is going to be different than the release order. So if you're looking for a degree of continuity, you may see some weird things in my videos. Like, wait a second, Steve had a haircut here, and now he doesn't have a haircut, and now he has a haircut again. Or Steve shaved and didn't shave, and why is he wearing this shirt, and now he's got a tan, or whatever it is. He looks a few pounds heavier and now lighter. There is going to be some of that, because I am going to try and get a lot of video shot and in the can over the next few weeks to month, because then my wife and I, for our anniversary, are going away on a little bit of a trip. So I won't be around to shoot any videos, and I'm going to try and be mostly behaved on this trip, but I'll probably be going out of keto. That's the way it is. The other thing then is probably shortly after I get back of that, so thinking probably the last 10 days of October, or maybe bleeding in a little bit into November, I'm going to do my final extended fast of the year. So I enjoyed the 7.5 day fast. For the most part, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the results. I enjoyed seeing what happened in terms of changes to my body that I did back in, was it July? I think it was July, early August, something like that. So I will be doing that again. But that means also I can't be making cooking videos or product review videos during that period, which is going to be a week to 10 days. So the abbreviated version of this story is I'm going to try and get probably 6 weeks roughly of video recorded in the next 4 weeks. And just depending on what makes most sense logically in terms of a release schedule, you may see some weird sort of continuity things that don't make sense necessarily if you're one of those people that's kind of playing Where's Wally and trying to find, oh, wait a second, how come there's one more bottle of wine on the shelf and then it's gone? And then how come, that's sitting out on the counter? So just be aware that that's coming. And since a big chunk of the theme of this particular podcast has been comments, I'm going to share a little parable, I guess is what it would be, that showed up in my Facebook feed today. It's interesting how things just sort of show up sort of at the right time for me. I've mentioned this a lot in the past, but this happened to show up, and I think it's appropriate not just in terms of YouTube, but the internet as well, because that seems to be the mode of communication now that more and more people are using instead of just face-to-face, and thus we see this behavior that I'm about to share in the parable more often. But this is really good, and it's got to be something that I need to think about more often. It's some animals. I don't know if I'm going to do animal voices in this. There's a donkey, there's a tiger, and there's a lion. And if I could do like Eddie Murphy, if I could do the donkey from Shrek, I think that would be good. But I'll probably just mostly use my own voice on this. The donkey told the tiger, "The grass is blue." The tiger replied, "No, the grass is green." The discussion became heated, and the two decided to submit the issue to arbitration, and to do so, they approached the lion. Before reaching the clearing in the forest, where the lion was sitting on his throne, the donkey started screaming, "Your Highness, isn't it true the grass is blue?" The lion replied, "True, the grass is blue." The donkey rushed forward and continued, "The tiger disagrees with me and contradicts me and annoys me. Please punish him." The king then stated, "The tiger will be punished with 5 years of silence." The donkey jumped with joy and went on his way, content in repeating, "The grass is blue, the grass is blue." The tiger accepted his punishment, but when he asked the lion, "Your Majesty, why have you punished me? After all, the grass is green." The lion replied, "In fact, the grass is green." The tiger asked, "So why do you punish me?" The lion replied, "That has nothing to do with the question of whether the grass is blue or green. The punishment is because it's not possible for a brave, intelligent creature like you to waste time arguing with a donkey, and on top of that, to come and bother me with that question. The worst waste of time is arguing with a fool and fanatic who doesn't care about truth or reality, but only about the victory of his beliefs and illusions. Never waste time on discussions that make no sense. There are people who, for all the evidence presented to them, do not have the ability to understand, and others who are blinded by ego, hatred, and resentment, and the only thing they want is to be right, even if they aren't. When ignorance screams, intelligence shuts up. Your peace and tranquility are worth more. So with that, I will end this week's podcast. Hope you found it entertaining. As always, click that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. I'll put a couple videos over there for you to watch. And I think that's it. Have a great week. Thanks for watching. Or listening.